Hey guys, how's it going? So I've been making this DeAgostini Falcon and I've been working on it for a little while, and I wasn't going to make any kind of video on it because there's 100 million different DeAgostini Falcon videos out there building it, and it's really a pain in the ass to freaking I don't know how I would possibly film this and as the build goes along, because my shop is a complete disaster with all the little parts all over the place. I don't know if you're not aware of it. It's a self-build Millennium Falcon. It's pretty nice. There's some inconsistencies on it, but if you're not really picky about each individual part, it's not totally accurate. Like the kit parts are I've seen great examples of people where they stripped all the kit parts off and put on actual kit parts to make them look so much more accurate and clean, and I wish I had done that with mine from the beginning, but mine was the first model I'd ever made and wasn't as much of a stickler about that kind of stuff as I am now. But it's a cool model. It's pretty easy to build. It's annoying how it's set up. It's set up like you get 100 different packs, right? With 100 different, literally 100. There's 100 books and 100 packs, and each pack comes with a little part to do, and the books are actually pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff to read in them. A lot of the older ones have, the originals have, first couple have really cool making of the Falcon and all the different, like, I don't know, good pictures in it of where things are and the colors and stuff. I never did go through and read all of them, but I've always wanted to, because there's a lot of good background information, and that's the kind of stuff I love, is just reading, knowing how things were built and how things were made. The issue I have is I kind of build things differently, whereas they kind of made it easy for a new person to build it. They would send you like these parts, and then you'd get like these parts for the back here and glue them all down, okay? And then the next issue would be a couple of the frames that you would screw on and put together, and even, let's say, underneath, I'm gonna take this off, the skeleton, well, these are gonna fall off too. The skeleton comes in like 3 pieces, and then you put those 3 together, and then you wait for the next issue, and then you put 3 more on. Whereas I just wanted to build the whole skeleton. I wanted to put all the plates on so I can get to the point where I can paint this, prime it and paint it, because it does come with a basic paint job. Like these are already on. They're not what I like, but I'll end up priming the whole thing and repainting the whole entire thing. I've seen some people who just weather it and leave these original paint spots on. That's not how I do things. So back to the reason why I'm doing this video, even though I said I wasn't going to do a build video of these. Somebody in the group asked me to do a video on the upgrades that are available for this. I guess first I should start with saying that I don't do the interior. The interior is there's a cargo hold and a walkway that goes to the cockpit. But honestly, I found myself, it's a waste of time. I'm never going to open it up. I'm never gonna take time to open it up and look in the inside. You can do thousands of upgrades on the inside, because there's companies like 3D Millennium Falcon, I forget what it's called, 3D Millennium Falcon parts or Shapeways, where you can buy the whole interior of the Falcon and make your own diorama inside. And also the guy who did all the kit parts, added shaved off all the stuff and put kit parts on, actually made it so he could take off the entire top, and the inside is freaking gorgeous. Like, he just, I don't remember, I can't pronounce his name. It's a Asian name, and I can't even remotely pronounce it. So, and also, like with this thing, okay, so when you want to see the inside there, you have to take this off, which, like, even just getting this on, I can't really get this on because there's there's parts here that keep you from, like, getting it in there, and it's magnetic. I can't even get it on. So what I'm gonna have to do now is I'm gonna take this off, this centerpiece, and put this on and glue this on, because I'm not gonna go in there. And then there's kit parts that go over top that get in the way as well when you try to take this thing off. It's not, to me, it's not worth it, but to you, maybe it might be. It's kind of a good point where I can show the upgrades that I did, because I just got to the point where I'm doing some things like the blaster points here, these blast marks. You probably can't see them, but they come on this already, and they're very cookie cutter, like a circle, and then like there's other like blast marks over here. They're just very generic looking, so I went with a Dremel and made them look deeper and more, what's the word I'm looking for, more non-conform, just look more like blast marks than stamp pressed mold spots. I don't even know what you call it, but that's one of the upgrades. The main upgrade up top that I did is these engines. So when you get the engines from the in the kit, they're already together. They're plastic, and you know, they look fine. They look fine. But these companies that do upgrades, they make some great upgrades for these parts. Like there's a fan, okay, underneath this. I don't know if you can see it. There's a fan under this cool shade, okay, and then the cool shade on top is actually separate, because like you can see there's nothing there, but in here there's nice detail. These are 3D printed parts. This is a 3D printed part. The fan gets 3D part, but then the cool shade comes as a photo etched, I know I stuck it here somewhere, piece of metal that you can buy separately. They just cut them out, and then you glue them in, and it makes a world of difference. This is one of the major upgrades you need to do if you're going to do a Falcon, DeAgostini Falcon. It's just such, and then when you're walking by it, you can see, like, it looks like the thing's spinning. Like as you move it, it looks like the fan is spinning in there. That's the major upgrade for the top that I do. I mean, just look at the difference there. That's totally different. I don't know if you can see that, but the other major upgrades that I do are on the engine in the back. Okay, so the original one, just like I had it here, it just comes with plastic. It looks okay, but it's not great. So here's another photo etched piece of metal that frankly looks nicer, but then you also can get these cool looking clear resin parts that you put in the slots here. Come on, baby, go in there. Here you go. And it just gives it a better effect when it's lit up. It's pretty cool. I did mine with these. These are really, really, really cool. And also, there's a light kit that you can get and put in it that has a way better light in the back. The other one's just a plain LED, but this actually has like a startup feature, a pulsing run feature. It's definitely cool and definitely worth it. I would suggest that for sure. It's a little pricey. It's like $100, but it's like I said, some of these things are definitely worth the time. The other one upgrade is the cockpit. The cockpit on the original, with the original kits, the original 100 packs, really sucks. So like another 3D printed piece, clear resin back here, and then there's more upgrades that you can get. A light kit that goes on the back here and shows all the detail on the inside. On mine I did fiber optics, but it's a lot of work and it looks good, don't get me wrong, but I can't get the kind of detail on the back wall that, let's say, this would do, right? It just looks cleaner, looks more screen accurate. It's just better, and less time consuming. And you can also get the 3D part that has the cockpit on the inside, on the console on the inside. Some things are worth it to doing the upgrades, and some are not. Like here's some 3D printed characters. Let me see if I can find the chair. And there's a chair and C3PO, right? So 3D printed chair, 3D printed C3PO to sit in the chair. It just looks better. It looks way better than what comes in the kit. So, you know, you could go crazy and spend all kinds of money, but there's things that I just feel are more important than others. And your opinion may change, vary. Totally up to you what you want to do. But like I said, these are some of the things that I do, and most of them are on top. Okay. This comes off so that you're able to access the light kit inside if anything goes wrong. Like my backlight kind of stopped working, so I got to figure out why it's not working. I got to take this off, and it's a pain, don't get me wrong, because there's all kinds of kit parts on top of here, and it's the major reason why I won't do the inside. Okay, so that's the top. There's one upgrade that I want to point out in the bottom that's very important. Okay, so the mount for this thing, with the DeAgostini kit, it comes with a big honkin', almost like a TV wall mount, and it's a big square. It's a big black TV wall mount that has a plate that sits right here. Okay, and if you can see these screws. These are the old screw holes. Okay, for that mount. It's big. It's like this big. It covers up the whole bottom. I mean, it's lowered a little bit, but it still covers the entire bottom. So I hate that. I want to see. I can't see the bottom of mine. Well, I can, but it's tilted and I don't look at it much. But if you put that plate here, you see nothing. This is pointless to even paint this or do anything to this, because that big black plate just completely covers it up. So what I did was I filled in these screw holes with putty, and I'm gonna shave these up so that they look more like the plates. Okay, and I added an aluminum bar inside to mount with a pan of ice camera mount. Okay, and I put this aluminum bar screwed into the framework, so that, I mean, I can pick this up and throw it around. Like, I can move it around with this thing. I used the holes that were originally there, and I also drilled and tapped two more holes to make it more sturdy. I went out and bought some screws that fit, you know, I forget, they're like 2 millimeter screws, a little bit longer, so they go through into the metal frame. And what I'll do is I'll drill a hole there and use nuts and screws to make a better mount. Otherwise, you have this big honking stupid TV frame. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. If you don't feel like doing that, that's fine too. Again, like, I don't do the interior, so this walkway is here, but I don't ever use mine. And you know, I talked to the guy who I'm doing this for, and I'm like, I don't use mine. If you want me to do the inside, I will, but I'd rather not. Another upgrade. Here's probably the last one. The back here. Okay, the back where the engine's at. These are 3D printed parts. Okay. If you don't put these on, it's just flat plastic right there, and it doesn't look great. Actually, I can show you on the top. I'll show you on the top. I mean, what looks better? This or this, right? That's all it is, just flat plastic. It's not great. So those are some of the upgrades that are worth doing. I actually was debating whether, you know, I've been putting this off kind of a little bit to do this because I'd already done one, and I generally don't like doing more than one or two of the same model that I've done already, because I want to have fun and while I'm doing this and do extra stuff and, you know, learn new stuff. But I've actually found that this was quite enjoyable, and I got this together in about a week. It comes with a ton of these little screws, and you don't use all of them. So if you run out, if you find that you have a lot of screws left over, you feel like, oh, did I mess something up? Nope. There's just a ton of screws. And they're little. And the weird thing is, okay, I don't know why. I don't know what I'm missing, but they have a shit ton of these gold brass screws that I've never even freaking used. Like, I don't know. Everything's together. Everything's working. Everything. I have all these black screws in, and the silver ones are for to hold on the plates. But these, I have a whole bag of these brass screws. I don't even know what the hell they're for. Maybe mine will fall apart one day. I have no idea, but yeah, it's just a quick video here just to show you like the upgrades. Some are worth it, some are definitely not. You know, if I didn't already build a Falcon that's very personal to me, like on the original Falcon, I'm sure a lot of you know that a lot of the artists put their names on it, very, very small in certain places. I put my kids' names and like people that mean a lot to me who have passed in certain places on it. So it's a very personal build for me. It's my first one. It's got those names on it, and you know, that's never leaving. That's going to my kids, and it's pointless for me to make another one. But it would be really cool to actually do one where you strip it and put the kit parts on and do it like right. Like there's other parts that are inaccurate, but it's a fun kit. Steven, if you feel, you know, honestly, get to it, man. It's a great kit. You gotta do it. Just jump in and do it, man. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. One thing I don't know why I love this so much about the 32-inch Falcon is one of these two kit parts here is painted blue. I don't know why. Maybe it's a cast piece that they didn't paint and they put on after it was already painted, and they figured, oh, the bottom's not seen, so we'll just leave it blue. But I love that. On mine, I made sure it was blue, and it's one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. It's just different. It sticks out. It's weird, but I guess that's me a little bit. And there's plates that go on there. I'm gonna end up just gluing them in because there's no point in taking them off. And I think that's it, really. Like, even when I did mine, I upgraded the cockpit, but I got the 3D printed piece, and it, you know, I did it. But this is a better one. This is way better than even the one I had. It's 3D printed, but man, that's smooth. You don't see no print lines there. None. This guy who did this, even the clear, you can see the lines, but it's not horrible. Guy who's been doing these, man, he did a great job on these. These are amazing. I highly recommend going through. Yeah, I think this one's even better than the Shape Blaze one that I have in mind. So take a look for him. I think he's 3D Falcon parts or something like that. Maybe I'll put the link in the video if I think to do it. And even here, like focus. Yep, we're gonna do that again. Focus. I put fiber optics in my console, but this one I can't. It's just the way it's made. There's no way to put fiber optics in that, so it's a lot less work to do it's a lot more work to do fiber optics. So, all right, well, just a quick video. Hope you like it. I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna be doing a hell of a lot more videos, content. I'm gonna be doing a lot. I got a lot in planned, a lot in store, whole different way of doing things. I'm gonna be showing 3D print. I'm gonna be showing laser cutting. I'm gonna be doing all kinds of cool stuff. So if you like this kind of stuff, also there's gonna be a lot more videos on the history of Star Wars, the making of Star Wars, like this, like making kit parts and found parts and stuff like that, because like I love collectibles like Hot Toys and statues, but there's only so much you can talk about that. You can talk about a lot when it comes to like the history of this stuff. So it's a lot more in depth. It's a lot more educational. It's a lot more interesting than just, hey, that face sculpt's pretty cool, you know. So stay tuned.